the time of Jacob's trouble, I saw the saints leaving the cities and villages and associating in companies together and living in the most solitary places. Angels provided them food and water, but the wicked were suffering with hunger and thirst. Then I saw the leading men of earth consulting together, and Satan and his angels were busy around them. I saw a writing and copies of it scattered in different parts of the land, giving orders that unless the saints should yield their peculiar faith, give up the Sabbath, and observe the first day, they were at liberty, after such a time, to put them to death. But in this time the saints were composed, trusting in God, and leaning upon his promise, that a way of escape would be made for them. In some places, before the time for the writing to be executed, the wicked rushed upon the saints to slay them, but angels in the form of men of war fought for them. Satan wished to have the privilege of destroying the saints of the Most High, but Jesus bade his angels watch over them, for God would be honored by making a covenant with those who had kept his law in the sight of the heathen round about them, and Jesus would be honored by translating the faithful waiting ones, who had so long expected him, without their seeing death. Soon I saw the saints suffering great mental anguish. They seemed to be surrounded with the wicked inhabitants of earth. Every appearance was against them. Some began to fear that God had left them at last, to perish by the hand of the wicked. But if their eyes could have been opened, they would have seen, approximately 160 themselves surrounded by angels of God. Next came the multitude of the angry wicked, and next a mass of evil angels, hurrying on the wicked to slay the saints. But as they would attempt to approach them, they would first have to pass this company of mighty, holy angels, which was impossible. The angels of God were causing them to recede, and also causing the evil angels who were pressing around them to fall back. It was an hour of terrible, fearful agony to the saints. They cried day and night unto God for deliverance. To outward appearance, there was no possibility of their escape. The wicked had already commenced their triumphing, and were crying out, "Why don't your God deliver you out of our hands? Why don't you go up and save your lives?" The saints heeded them not. They were wrestling with God like Jacob. The angels longed to deliver them, but they must wait a little longer and drink of the cup and be baptized with the baptism. The angels, faithful to their trust, kept their watch. The time had about come when God was to manifest his mighty power and gloriously deliver them. God would not suffer his name to be reproached among the heathen. For his name's glory, he would deliver every one of those who had patiently waited for him, and whose names were written in the book. I was pointed back to faithful Noah. The rain descended, the floods came. No,